bouncing to the floor.
Well, it has nothing to do with the GoPro had anything to do with the mount.
Hello, hello. We're just waiting for everybody to join for all the announcements to go out. But we are down here in Oklahoma right now watching. We're in a tornado watch zone, and we are watching each of these storms to see which one's going to pop here. Let's give it a couple more minutes, let some people filter in. So it looks like this other storm's out by Ponca City. These are still out close to Oklahoma City, to our west. All right, let's see. Does it let me see the, I'm guessing it doesn't let me see the chat here.
That would be kind of counterproductive.
Yeah, it says chat, but all right, I don't see any chat yet. We're using a new multi-stream software app, so we can broadcast on Facebook, on YouTube simultaneously. Make sure all the notifications went out. I don't see any notifications.
Yeah, YouTube notification went out. I'm pretty sure internet's also crap.
There we go. We got 39 watching on YouTube. And it looks like we are live on Facebook as well. I already see some comments. So we can broadcast, and it looks like... Hello, Lacey. Hello, Ricky. Hello, Herman. Hello, Jasmine. So we are out here in Oklahoma right now. We're actually just north of Veneta and Big Cabin area. So what we're watching, we're down here in Oklahoma. As you can see out west, we already have storms firing up along the dry line. We have some other chasers out here by Enid. Now this low pressure center is supposed to dip down and then move northeast into this area, and this area is supposed to have a lot of wind shear here in the next few hours. So what we've got now, we've got an active tornado watch, very large hail up to 4 inches in diameter. That's monster size hail. Winds likely up to 80 miles per hour. They're also expecting tornadoes up to EF2 or larger. So large, long track tornadoes expected in this area. So right now we were initially staging up just west of Joplin, over near Baxter Springs, Columbus, where we have an active tornado watch right now. So right now we are just trying to decide what to do and where to go. I hope you guys are staying safe out there. I don't know why it's not letting me see the chat on this screen here.
It's the first time I'll be using it on the mobile side, so.
I think just that is so weird.
I don't know.
Huh. Oh, let's see. So right now I'm just checking the radar. Opposite. Blowing up in a line from southeast Kansas down here to Veneta, Oklahoma. And so southwest Missouri. One thing I've noticed chasers saying today and meteorologists is it's a similar setup to what we saw in 2011 with the Joplin tornado. That's what got my attention to get our butts out here into this area and see what we could do to help. But right now it looks like most of the storms are out to our west. And so we're just playing the waiting game here in Oklahoma, waiting to see which direction we're going to go here. I think this cell is fizzling out. Yeah, there's a look at the radar. See, most of these cells, we've had these little pop-ups all afternoon. We came out of the Kansas City area, and for that main severe weather area to really pop. So we have a severe storm watch up to our north into Kansas, and then all of this down to the southwest is a tornado watch from Tulsa all the way to Oklahoma City. Let me see if it'll let me see some of these comments. All right, comments. Hey, Gordon. The moose is loose, and he went to get a Baconator. And a chocolate frosty, right? And some fries. Keith Meyer says, huge fan. Hello, hello. YouTube seems to be running better than Facebook. That does not surprise me. See what we've got on the Facebook side. Oops. Hey, Alex. Jake says that's where I'm at. Just a tad bit of Joplin. Yeah, we're keeping a close eye on Joplin. This whole area of northeast Oklahoma, and it's just like they always track along that line for whatever reason. So we are keeping a close eye to the sky. Hello, Patrick. We got people watching from Maine. Hello, Kelly. Good afternoon from Indiana. Hello to Eddie and Leo. So right now I'm just going over the forecast to see what our next move is. Yeah, national attached area for tornadoes. They did extend it. It cut off earlier at the Tulsa line, and most of the focal point was back into Missouri, and they've actually dropped this to cover most of Oklahoma now. So, but whenever you have the hatched area, that means they're expecting large and damaging tornadoes. We have a few mesoscale discussions already. This is for this current tornado watch. So we are sitting like right on the edge of where this mesoscale discussion is. So we're just it's kind of a waiting game right now to see which storms develop and if they're going to be linear or if they're going to be individual supercell.
What's going on with the
Doing what the others did. It's like you get some yellow in it, but then it just kind of fizzles.
Okay, so where to now?
Right now, I'm tempted to go 60 just north of here that goes over to, no, it's to our south, isn't it? Nowata. Let me see here. Right there. Not only do you have, I wouldn't call that a hook, but you see more of that, you know, pattern. You can see how the wind's wrapping around it. And these storms have been racing north and east. This one's taking more of an eastern turn, which usually means it's high enough in the atmosphere that it's catching the jet stream and moving east. So I'm almost wondering about heading over to like Nowata. That's what I'm wondering. Because if we're down in Nowata, we'd be in perfect position for that storm right there, especially if it goes tornadic. But we would have to abandon this area. Some of the forecast models showed supercells ahead of the main line just blowing up like one after another right in this area. And so I hate to leave this area and move to the west. And then, you know, we have a whole bunch of supercells here, but I mean, these are really getting organized here. See if you can route us to Nowata. That's where we were originally going to go today.
Okay, hold on. Do we want to take the northern route, or 60 would probably have better service?
I think so. Yeah, I think take 60. Okay. And that's fine. We can go south to Bonita. All right, guys. So we're going to head for this storm. We're going to head down to Nowata up here. I think we'll be in a good line for these storms out to the west. And then hope that we didn't miss it out here. Kind of a bummer last time because we had that I forget the name of the town, Alta Vista. We had Reed Timmer was in Alta Vista. We were 40 miles from there, and we decided to pick an eastern storm instead of the Alta Vista storm. And the Alta Vista is the one that ended up dropping the tornado. So it just goes to show you, like, you can leave one area and then be kicking yourself in the butt. Yeah, that one's really getting organized here. I'm gonna look at the details on this storm. 60-mile-an-hour winds, quarter-size hail officially in that Perry, Oklahoma storm.
Get asked a question, do you have any storm chasing experience? And they even put on there, not trying to be rude, just curious.
F you, no. Yeah, I've been storm chasing since I had my driver's license. So, we're both trained storm spotters as well as trained first responders. So, I'm trying to talk with sunflower seeds in my mouth. I'm gonna go all hillbilly. Yeah, we have a lot of experience doing this, and I enjoy it. The thing that motivates me the most, you know, it's exciting, and you get the adrenaline rush of the whole thing, and you see some cool sights. You know, it's always cool to see a tornado, but what really drives me is helping people. You know, I just think of all the people that get trapped, you know, or injured in a tornado, and some of these towns don't have but 2 officers in them, and, you know, maybe 1 or 2 ambulances in a whole county area. It's like they get overwhelmed really fast, and so I'd rather have our crew there to be able to help them out when something does happen. the latest on that storm north of Perry out west. I mean, it's really getting its act together. So we're only like 39 miles from Nowata right now. Hell, I think this is the first 10% hatched area we've seen for tornadoes this season. If I'm not mistaken, that Alta Vista tornado in Kansas, west of Topeka, I think that was only at a 5% risk that day. I don't even think it was that high. Chat here, guys. Let's go to chat filter, live chat, all messages. There we go. Let's see. Hey, Jonathan. Hey, James from Massachusetts. Sending wishes from Virginia. Woo, woo, woo. Woo, woo. Hello, Ronald.
McDonald.
We got a hello from Denmark. Hello from Idaho Springs, Colorado. Hello from Joplin. We got a lot of hellos from Joplin.
Joplin, Missouri.
We may end up back in Joplin here later. It just depends what these storms do. Like I said, the forecast models were so goofy. Like some showed no storm activity out in this current area. Everything was back towards like Nowata and then back towards I-35. What?
Talking to myself.
And then other forecast models show this area very active. So it looks to me, just looking at the radar here, it looks like the forecast model is predicting the supercell and isolated supercells out west along that dry line is going to be most accurate. So we're kind of on our plan B here to head back towards the west. And we'll see what happens after that. We may shoot north into southern Kansas there or continue in Oklahoma. It's pretty much wherever the biggest storms are. We just want to be in the area to where we can be of assistance. Be safe, everyone. And we could use some. We could have some in Oklahoma. Hi from East Tennessee.
Being south, about 5 miles away from Veneta, north of Veneta.
Yeah, the trekking audience will recognize that. You've got big cabin there with the Love's truck stop. You have that big mom and pop truck stop that's got like everything imaginable on the inside. I used to love stopping there. You have the giant lumberjack statue out front. It's like 16 feet tall or whatever. But yeah, we're heading south towards all of that. That's where I-44 runs across. But we're going to be hopping on 60, I believe, heading west towards Nowata. We got a hello from Michigan. Hello, Jason.
There needs to be a bingo card of just every state. I guess that would be a huge bingo card, but
there would.
Just mix it all up and then you just try to make a line.
That would be funny. We need to do that sometime. Actually have a bingo card and locations that you guys call in.
But it would have to be a secret bingo card, because then anyone could just go, calling in from, what is it, bottom left, North Colorado, and that's like, there, it's cheating. Versus have one kind of on the down low.
That is true.
You need the skies to be a little more, I don't know, more storm-like. It looks like we're just driving down the road and not doing any storm chasing. It looks like a casual Monday. Just took the kids for a walk. Now we're driving home.
You know, those are the biggest tornadoes that you've seen in history seem to have been on days that either the sky's completely clear or it's just overcast like it is today, but it seems tranquil. Like you wouldn't ever guess anything is going on today, you know, and then all of a sudden you have a major tornado. So I'm thinking of like Moore, Oklahoma. There was another one on beautiful days. Living in a town between Pittsburgh and Erie. Hello, Brendan. Trying to bounce between the comments on YouTube and Facebook here.
Did you not download it on your phone like the Streamlabs so you can like see all the comments together? Or?
I don't know how that works. I thought that they were supposed to merge the comments onto the live stream screen, and I don't see them on there.
I don't live stream on a phone, so don't know.
Are you doing tornado chases today? Yes, we are. We're currently over by Veneta, Oklahoma, and we're going to be heading west out towards Nowata. There where 169 goes south into Tulsa. We're going to be just north of Tulsa, Oklahoma. We have some large severe thunderstorms and an active tornado watch. So they could produce a tornado at any time. Yeah, we have a lot of storms out to our west. We are much further east here, so we're going to head west a little ways and keep an eye on these storms. We're still waiting for our first tornado warning of the day. We only have a watch, so a watch just means that a thunderstorm could form and produce a tornado, but it doesn't mean it's like imminent, if that makes sense. Tornado watch usually means, you know, within a few hours you may have some tornado warnings in your area. But we've yet to have any tornado warnings today.
No, but it also said it was going to start around 3. It's now finally 3 o'clock Central, so.
Yeah, it's true. Originally the forecast was between 4 and 7 p.m. for these storms, and then they moved the models around 11, 12 o'clock and said, hey, it's imminent, like they're about to fire up. So today's been a weird day. You have like 5 different forecast models that all said something different, so you really don't know what you're going to get. The only thing we do know is that even the severe storms will have up to hurricane force winds. So whether it's a tornado or straight line winds, it's going to be these storms will be pretty vicious today.
Imagine that it's not going to be that vicious and that's just the April Fool's joke.
That's one thing in the severe weather spotter circle is we do not play games with April Fools when it comes to severe weather. As you know, that's a life or death situation when you're talking tornado warnings and things like that. So it's kind of a funny coincidence that it happened on April Fools. But it ain't no joke. We are out here chasing tornadoes today.
Man, there wasn't a business bypass.
Guess not.
They're like, no, let's just go through the heart of the town. Next to a brand new McDonald's.
Oh yeah, we haven't been to this town in a while.
I honestly can't tell you the last time I remember coming through here.
I don't think I've been through Veneta since 2016, at least this stretch of town.
I guess we stayed in Kansas the last time we actually storm chased. Because we had the Jeep last time we were storm chasing.
That's true.
And we haven't had that in a minute.
Looks like Cody had to do a jump start right now in Indiana, no rain yet. You guys are going to get it tomorrow. You guys are right in the firing line there in Evansville, Owensboro area, southern Indiana. So we just left there. We spent a week out in Bloomington, Indiana, a couple hours north of Evington.
You'll get it.
To help our crew out there. So we spent about a week out there, just got back to Kansas City, and then we noticed, you know, the 10% hatched area for tornadoes today. That's a rare thing. It doesn't happen every, you know, severe weather event. So we definitely wanted to be out here and hit the road again. Both of us were tired from our trip. We were ready to relax. But, you know, public safety comes first. We want to be out there and be able to help you guys.
Help the ones who need it. Just load up on caffeine and God, a good pack of gummy bears sound great, but just load up on some caffeine and get it through the job.
We gotta ask the question, are you, they said, looking forward to it, are you going to be chasing tornadoes from now on? Yes. So now that we have our own company and we have Pink here, Pink SUV, we want to definitely be out there chasing storms. I mean, I don't plan on going coast to coast doing it until, you know, we have coast to coast coverage with our roadside company. But as far as the Midwest here, you know, Missouri, Kansas, Oklahoma, we want to be out there every time there's a severe weather outbreak. I think it's good publicity for the company, and I think it's a good reason to be out there helping other people, which is what our company is about. So and as you guys can see, we're live right now on YouTube and Facebook both. We're using a new streaming app, and so we're hoping to multicast any storm chases that we do. So we're excited to bring you guys into our day and bring you into the action. So just to jump ahead of any questions, so what's going to be the plan once storm season is over? Because that's a long time period to go without live streaming and stuff like that. So what's the plan after or in between the bad tornadic storms? Yeah, so we're hoping to bring you guys on road rescue calls. I'm hoping to get out a few days. I have a lot of stuff I do in the office as far as like the hiring process and payroll and things like that. But I really do want to get out there and bring you guys along with some of our guys and bring you along on some of our calls. When we venture into different areas, open new offices, I want to bring you guys along as well, so you guys can kind of see what, you know, we're up to, what we're doing. We went live when we were in Indiana helping those guys for a little bit. That was kind of entertaining. Jordan ran over a basketball.
You say it like I aimed for it.
I think it aimed for you. That was one hell of a basketball, because it bounced back. We literally ran over it on the highway, and it just kept bouncing behind us. Bear's gotta eat. That looks really good.
I don't care what it looks like, it's not hers.
Oh yeah. We're also getting close to all these other storm chasers here. You can see we've got one in Tulsa. There's one further west. I do want to give a huge shout out where you guys are on here to Oklahoma. Let me get the name right here. Oklahoma Echo Watchers. Let's see if I can get their page up on Facebook. They might be on other platforms as well. Oklahoma Echo Watchers. Go give them a follow. They're out west. They're further west than we are today, and they've been in communication with us. They're fans of what we do here on the page, so we definitely look forward to connecting with them at some point as well. But they're out there giving you a live view further west as well. It looks like it's split into two, so it's, as far as the wind flow, it doesn't look very organized. Yeah, you guys can see that one we were watching right there. It started strengthening, and then the cells started to split, and then you have one further south. But so far they just haven't gotten their act together past like quarter-size hail, 60-mile-an-hour winds. But we are getting a lot closer. As you guys can see, we're heading right into this area where we can be close enough to kind of go where we need to with these storms. You can actually see them out there ahead of us. I'm almost wondering about this one in right there. That one, it's just hard to tell. They're not quite getting their act together as far as the rotation goes. Temperature is definitely rising as we're going west here. Out west, closer to the dry line, they had a lot more daytime heating as well, so you have more instability on the ground. I will say it's pretty out here. have a storm chaser in Coffeyville area. Matthew Jones is out watching that storm along the border of Kansas. Up on Bartlesville has strengthened a little bit. They're saying $half size hail in that one, which is more than we've seen in the other cells. We've only seen like quarter size hail in the other ones. So we're going to keep a close eye on that one and kind of see where we're at in proportion to that. So we're going to be in a good spot where we can go north to Coffeyville. We can go west if we need to. We can go south to Tulsa. We're going to be in just a really good spot over by Nowata. I just see a more organized area of storms ahead of us. This is the darkest that we've seen the sky today as far as being consistently dark. We've had overcast skies, we've had some dark areas, but nothing like this. So you can really tell these storms are starting to get their act together. Unfortunately, you can't see the cloud tops. You can't see the anvil or anything else at this point.
Kill anyone, but I just want to see a tornado.
Yeah, surprisingly, Jordan's never seen a tornado. I've seen one or two before. Barely. I've seen him kind of like touch down and rope out west. But let's see, Dominique J. Knight says, then I head right into the storm, eventually 70 westbound. Oh, he must be talking about something else.
Hey Dad, what's up? No,
Thank you, Scott.
I'm 30 minutes north of Tulsa.
I appreciate that. Yeah, it's nice to finally be at a point where we can get out there and storm chase. I'm not stuck in a semi truck, so.
Yeah, unfortunately that is yours or Chad's. He's had a handful of normal calls, but no AAAs. Okay. Yeah, I'll just say send it over to him in tow book and then just ask him to give you updates so you can update the progress on it. I was like, no.
We are much farther south than that.
Now, if we get a call, down where we're at, yeah, we'll consider. Ryan Hall just finally went live.
Yep, Ryan Hall's live. We were talking earlier, that's kind of when you really know, what's hit the fan is when Ryan Hall goes live. So, you know it's all kicking up now. We do have kind of a small hook on this border storm right there. But it's just hard to know what these are going to do because some of these looked very organized and then they just kind of fizzle out. That one looks more linear. And you have that one. That one looked more organized for a minute and then just kind of... Yeah, it's just hard to tell.
Okay, we are 15 miles away from Nowata.
Yay.
So where's our staging point in Nowata?
So I think the best spot to stage in Nowata would probably be over by the, if we don't have to shoot north, I would stage by Loves in Nowata. So I think if my memory doesn't fail me, when we get to the stoplight in there, we'll turn north by Apple Market and then we go, you'll pass the Casey's and then you've got the Loves there.
I appreciate your navigational skills, but last time I trusted your navigational skills without a map, we missed a few turns. So I will take that into huge consideration, and I will be eyeing up that Google Maps. But okay, you want to chill at the Loves? That sounds good.
Yeah, because there are so many. We got 3 cells from south to north out to our west. And so I want to watch because this one on the Kansas border is taking more of a eastern turn and it has kind of a hook to it. Obviously, like the first one that goes tornadic that's close to us, I really want to jump on. But otherwise, I think Nowata is a good staging point.
Okay. Also, complete side note, we drove past that last curb and there was a dozen chickens just on the side of the road. I don't know if they're hitchhiking or they're free range, but we could turn back and get a couple chickens. Hey, if they're not fenced in, are you really stealing them?
The tornado moves through. They're going to go for quite the ride.
Okay, and then it's definitely free range. Like, if a tornado picks up a chicken and he's stored,
that's like the ultimate.
That is free range chicken. That's stupid. I'm sorry.
Mesoscale discussion for Southwest Missouri. Let's see what's going on there. Tornado watch will be needed this afternoon. 95% chance of a tornado watch within the next hour. That's back actually in the Joplin area though. I would really want to watch these storms to our west at this point, see what they're going to do. Guys, what I'm eating.
Yeah, that was the number one question on everyone's mind. Damn, why are you munching on?
You're welcome. Taki sunflower seeds. I love them. Brendan says, can't say why did the chicken cross the road.
Okay, I will come join past you then. I'm just saying, you just drive on the shoulder.
Dustin Walker says, if you're wanting to get a tornado, my guess is Interstate 44 east of Joplin. I'm kind of afraid you might be right. These forecast models are just so goofy today. But they did issue a mesoscale discussion. They're expecting a tornado watch there within the next hour or so. We may end up finding out that these storms out west are just kind of going to poo-poo out, and then we would have been better sitting out east. It's just so hard to know. This drive is just, there's no clouds, like there's no like, oh my god, look at that storm, there's nothing. So it's just, there's nothing to look at all other than trees, grass, road, and sky. There's nothing else to look at. Like I need one of those like big classic, like, you know, twister style skies where like you can see everything rotating around you, it turns green, you're like, oh my god. Like that's what I need. I don't need this. On the upside, 6.8 miles. I don't want to see a tornado, have no one get hurt by it, and if unfortunately we do, or not unfortunately, but if we do see a tornado, then if it goes through a town and does end up hurting somebody, that would be super unfortunate. At least we can sit there and help as much as possible. Exactly.
I just want to see a tornado. I don't even want to get hurt. I just want to see a tornado. You live in Kansas,
we're gonna have to
home of tornadoes, and you're like, cool, never seen one.
Right?
I had a feeling it's like the Tooth Fairy. You have to be asleep for it.
Out along the dry line, they don't seem to be linear at all. They're still separate, even though they're kind of popping up, fizzling, popping up. I mean, they haven't been real organized, but they are separate. They're not in just a line going down, which is one of the forecast models was showing. You do have these though down here in Ardmore. That looks more linear down there. So I definitely think along the Kansas border, like this whole area is the best area for rotation. The storm on the Kansas border over by Sedan, just west of Coffeyville, it still has a $half size hail. John Hale storm chaser is now on that storm. So we're just watching to see if that one's going to rotate. That one's due to head towards Coffeyville if it continues on its current track, which is Coffeyville's only like 20 minutes north of Nowata. So if this thing starts to go tornadic, we can definitely intercept it at the border. We now have 2 storm chasers betting their money out there on that storm. So the choice we got to make, we've got one storm cell to the west that we could stage and wait for, see what it does. We can see if this one's going to produce and then go north. Or we could wait and see what this southernmost storm does.
Hop off magic school bus. Have a good day. I could be a great school bus driver, but they'll probably end up firing me. Not because of, you know, doing a bad job or anything. Probably because I would end up trying to joke too much with the kids. And then because I'm good with banter back and forth, someone's gonna record it. They're gonna be like, "This is what your school bus driver's saying," and I'm gonna be like, "Get off my fucking school bus." And it's gonna go very, very bad. But depends. A lot of school bus drivers say they love their job, they love the kids that they deal with and stuff like that. Then you have others with just like horrific stories, and they're like, the kids would throw stuff and all that. I'm like, I know kids would be kids, but I'm like, my daddy taught me, if someone hits you first, you can hit back. And I'm not saying I'll mess up a kid. I love everyone. But you throw a crayon at me, that crayon's getting thrown back. It's the simple way of the country life. Throw a possum at somebody, guess what? Someone else is getting scratched. On magic school bus. Wait, they can't use red and blues here.
They can.
It's Oklahoma. Is Oklahoma blues? Am I wrong with that? No,
Oklahoma is red and blue.
Okay, oh, I'm thinking Arkansas. Never mind, I'm stupid. I get it. My brain just would not click to what state we're in. We travel through so many states in such a short time period. I know. Oh, a truck driver goes through 8 a day, and I'm like, yeah, I know. I'm not a truck driver though.
So to recap, we're coming up on Nowata now. You can see the sky's really dark to our northwest. We got 3 storms. We got one just to our south there, one to our west, and then we got one closest to us right there, which you can kind of see in the dark clouds. We're playing the waiting game to see which one goes tornadic first. We have 2 groups of storm chasers who are gathering at the Kansas-Oklahoma border up by Coffeyville and just to the west. So it seems like they're taking a bet on that storm. And right now we're just kind of waiting to see which goes tornadic and what we're going to beeline for.
You said turn right on.
Correct. Yeah, I think this is the only stoplight in Nowata. And we'll turn right.
What, can they not afford another one? I didn't need it.
Oh, I got the name wrong. It's not called Apple Market. It's called Homeland.
You lied to me.
This light routinely fails, which is why they have that 4-way stop with the little blinker on it. It's still sitting there. Hey, they got to the point they just left it out.
You know what? At least they have something versus Indiana that one night where half of the traffic lights were out and no one knew what to do. I almost T-boned an officer.
Yeah, that was crazy.
But he also didn't stop for no 3 or 2 or even 1 Mississippi either. He kind of did that tap and go. Loves is up here. You're lucky. You were accurate.
See, I did that by memory. I've been here in the semi-truck for years.
Yeah, 22 miles of the state line. I think, is this that small one?
The Loves?
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't think it was really small. I guess there's not a lot of truck parking.
Well, no, but there's not a lot of islands either, if I'm not mistaken. It was like not a huge Loves. It's like had like 3 to 4 islands, and
you might be right.
It's just been forever since we stopped here, so yeah, because we would dump our trash a lot because the trash can you could pull right up to. We would dump our trash.
Oh yeah, this is one of the rare like Loves that has a big trash dumpster you can just drive up to and toss your trash out. It's kind of nice.
Okay, yeah, I'm kind of right.
Yeah, you got some spots. You even have some car parking over to the right there. And you have main spots over here. That's actually pretty nice for a little truck stop. Sometimes you don't. The ones we hit where we went to in St. Louis, like, there were no spots at all.
Good times. I guess position here. Trying to find a spot with a sky view, but also that you can legitimately park in. Hi.
So here's what I've got right here. So,
hi, Lillian. Lillian McKenzie are watching us.
Hey, Mackenzie.
Okay, what's up?
So that one there is what I was watching. It looked organized, and then it just kind of doesn't look that great now. That's going to cross ultimately like north of us.
Mm-hmm.
We got a storm chaser on it right now. It does kind of have a hook pattern to it, but I'm not seeing much in the clouds as far as like organization. Then you got this one to our west, which looks like it's starting to curve a little bit. Then you got this one down here, which we have a storm chaser on in Perry. That one looks a little more organized.
Oh yeah, that one looks a lot better.
It's got like a wall cloud to it. So,
knock them out.
yeah, what we're looking at here, this is the southernmost storm. There's a storm chaser on it out by I-35. Looks like he's driving backwards down the highway right now. Everything's reverse on it. Actually, the last loop, it's got a little kind of more of a hook pattern to it. You can see it, that southernmost storm there. It is moving northeast, and currently that would put it, if it continued, you know, through that whole time, it's going to put it more our direction. But I do want to see if this Paul Husky storm here, just to our west, I mean, it's only, the warning area is only like 12 miles to the west. I want to see if that begins to go tornadic, or if that southernmost storm does, and what the two of those do. That one kind of had a hook pattern, but it just does not look organized. And the guys, yeah, there's just not much. You don't see a wall cloud. You don't see a lot of organization to the clouds on that one. It just doesn't look that strong to me. Versus like this one here on the southern end. It just looks like a whole lot more organized. We actually, a minute ago, we saw a wall cloud when he was turned the other direction. And you even have some clear skies there. So you have daytime heating feeding it. I'm gonna watch that because it's got more of that hook pattern to it. Let's see what the warning area is saying on that one. Ping pong ball size hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds. So that's actually gaining strength there. And that current trajectory, it would go back up towards, it would basically cross, ultimately they'll cross just north of us here. So I think we're in a really good spot to wait and see, because both of these are going to cross just to our north.
Okay.
So I think this is a great spot. I kind of need to use the bathroom.
Okay. I guess before we run in and use the bathroom, a question you got asked is, what do you need to do to become a storm chaser? Or what do you need to storm chase?
You need a car, some guts, and some cojones.
And there's a lot of ands to that.
Please get the proper training. There are storms, so you can go to the National Weather Service website and they have a list of storm spotter training. It's called Storm Spotter Training, and they have classes that for free. It's like a 1 to 2 hour presentation. It was a lot of fun. Jordan went with one. We went through one together.
We did,
years ago.
and we also got your hand radio license done there as well. And so you can get your ham license while you're there too, and you can actually communicate with the professional storm spotters and stuff like that. You have to have a license for buying the radio, but yeah, you can do all that, and it's not that long. It doesn't take too much time. And the questions they do ask you, they usually sit there and go, okay, now what would we do in this scenario? And then everyone kind of answers them. So if you have test anxieties, that would also help you out a bit. Because they're not here to watch you fail; they're there to make sure you know what you're doing out.
Yeah, it was more a present. It was like a presentation, and they used example storms of like different tornadoes in history and what happened. And you know, unfortunately, some storm chasers got caught in some and passed away. And but they talk a lot about, you know, the wall cloud and what happened in that storm. The wall cloud actually lowered all the way to the ground, and they didn't expect that, and it overtook them. So they'll teach you a lot of the ins and outs, what to look for, the rear flank downdraft, scud clouds versus beaver's tail versus funnel versus tornado. So it's really great. I like to just go as a refresher, so definitely recommend that. I think we're gonna run into the truck stop, use the restroom. We'll keep this live for you guys, and we're gonna keep an eye on these storms here to our north and to our west.
What direction are we facing?
Yeah, that one in the middle's kind of gotten more organized, it looks like. See, we're right here. So we are not far from these storms. If they go tornadic, we're gonna be right there. Keep hitting the tornado watch.
Well, it's sensitive, so it makes sense. You have a pink vehicle. You have to have a pink vehicle in order to chase. That is true. It's in the unwritten rules.
I mean, I would say that we need more pink vehicles out here. Yeah, look at those storms. You have more.
Yeah, that's actually like building.
That's that southernmost storm. So that southern one, that's that one. Oops. Keep hitting the freaking watch. That's that southern one down there. And then you have the one just to its north. Both of those are more well organized. They're going to be a lot more close. They're going to be closer to us anyway. As far as you can see how close we are to that warning area already. So, all right, we'll be right back, guys. We're gonna run in, use the restroom.
Yeah, Tornado Hunter knew exactly which one you were talking about. I think it's kind of marked in history because the first time like someone ever experienced a wall cloud literally just come the whole way down. But yeah, okay, let's use the bathroom. 5-minute ad break. I don't know.
Somebody like give us some ads. start posting ads in the comments.
For what?
Make up some advertisements for some fake products.
Only downside about this SUV, the key fob doesn't work, so you have to hop in and hurry up and turn it on before the alarm goes off. Give me my banana. No, don't split them, fine.
I'm eyeing your beef sticks.
Don't eye my beef. They're my protein source.
I got cantaloupe, alright, y'all?
Y'all.
Cantaloupe actually has some vitamins in it. I usually stay away from fruit because of the sugars, but cantaloupe's actually not that bad. It does have some nutritional value. So, I always like this Love's here in Nowata. They usually have a pretty good selection of food. They have the ready-made Subways in there too.
That are actually fresh and not expired. Yeah,
they're great. So if you don't want to wait in line at Subway, you can literally come in. It's in one of their coolers. So, oh, they even gave me a little stick.
You have a trash bag over there? Or something we can turn into a trash bag? I mean, yeah, there's a trash can literally right around here, but...
Let me just transfer your other one.
Yeah, that's fine.
Over. Make that our trash can.
And then the trash can can stay over with you.
They gave me a stick, but they buried it.
How about you show yourself eating? It's focused on me and it's not my channel. I will...
It's not tasteful.
I will ruin... I'll ruin your channel worse than what I've already have.
Fine.
Okay, what's the game plan? Back towards me.
Check it out. See if anything's tornadic yet.
We haven't had any warnings go out yet.
Isn't that one to our west? Something kind of got bigger.
How fast is it traveling? Within 5 minutes, it gets from...
Actually, yeah, there you go. It's moving pretty quick, and it's taking more of an eastern turn. Look at that southern cell. It looks like it's going to merge with it.
What do we got here, though? Just thunderstorm and tornado watch.
Yeah, that's the one with ping pong ball size hail. We're watching these two right there. That one looks more like a classic supercell, just to our west. Yeah, where are we at? We're there. So we're watching that, but we just noticed on the latest loop, you notice the southernmost storm almost looks like it's gonna end up merging with that main storm. So let's see what the warning says for that big one. 70-mile-per-hour wind and $half size hail. That one's got a lot of updraft. This is the biggest, strongest winds we've seen in these storms yet. $half size hail is the largest hail that we've seen yet today. So out of all the storms, this is the strongest storm that we have seen today, and it is just to our west. It looks like ultimately it's going to cross just north of Bartlesville, Oklahoma, and then somewhere just to our north. So we're going to keep an eye on this. Hang tight. And keep an eye on this as it moves closer to Nowata. And then we will probably close in on that storm, especially if it goes tornadic.
I have some very bad phone service here. I just wish there was like an open field where we can position the vehicle in any direction. Because we really need to be facing the backwards. But my service also sucks. I have no idea anything. Can't get anything to load.
I'm trying to see if there's anywhere else. You got the car parking spaces back there to where you can face towards the west.
We do, but we have that built warehouse over there. And that kind of blocks the whole view. Yeah, and I can't even go on the map. I have absolutely no phone. It says I have phone service. I just don't have phone service. Trying to see. Well, wait. Hold on. There's like a campgrounds literally right up the road. But it looks like someone's driveway. Why would I want to go there? Yeah, it leads into an airport. No, why would I? It's called trespassing. Where can we go for that west view? There's a dirt road east-west 21st Road. But
we could kind of venture around, see if we can get a better angle.
Yeah, especially if that's what we're sitting here watching.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't want to be sitting in a direction that...
Yeah, this is officially the biggest storm of the day. And it's not far to our west.
Also, I'm not meaning to be a tattletale, but this guy who parked beside us took up 2 spots. Of course, he's driving a Ford, you know what they say. Actually, I have nothing against Fords. I have nothing against Chevys. I just like to cause chaos. When I find someone who's like, man, I'm a diehard Chevy fan, I'm like, oh, really? And then I start thinking every single flaw Chevy has ever had. And then I think of every single positive thing a Ford's done, because usually diehard Chevys hate Ford.
You're going farther south?
Yeah.
Because the storm's headed that way.
Okay, we can go there. I was going to go southwest, but we can do this too. I'm just trying to bring us into a open... Stop going off. Trying to bring us into an open... Sean, shut up. So we can actually see the storm. So what direction do I need to try to be facing? Left?
Left.
Okay. Just wanted to verify. Pull into the back of their warehouse. Hey guys, do you mind if I just like, I don't know, look?
Oh yeah, you have a good parking lot over here.
Yeah, there's nothing saying private property, so.
So that's the latest on that one. That one's starting to get a little bit of a hook to it. We'll probably end up meeting up with it up by South Coffeyville if we close in on it. Now it's got a little rotation to it too, it looks like. Yeah, see how they're connecting? That one's turning into more of like a flanking line with a typical single supercell pattern. Yeah, I think that's going to end up crossing just to our north. Yeah, we're going to end up seeing something out there.
See how that starts to shape up. Maybe that risk will be upgraded for...
So we should probably... ultimately, that's going to go towards Joplin, if you notice that, guys. If that holds together, it's going to end up heading towards Columbus and Joplin.
Midday, 2 days from now, Wednesday.
Like the way it's tracking.
Further north for you guys in Pennsylvania.
And that's going to go into the more favorable zone for tornadoes anyway. And they've already issued, looks like, there's now a tornado watch for Missouri as well. All of southwest Missouri. So, being that's the strongest storm, I would say we go up to Coffeyville. Once it gets closer, we close in on it up by Coffeyville, basically trail it as it goes out towards Joplin. That way we can follow it all the way. If there's a tornado, we're going to see it all the way to Joplin.
Okay. So, do we stay here or start going to Joplin?
Right now it's a waiting game. I would wait here. I would just worry about getting a little bit too close to it. Yeah, because if the tornado would be in that southernmost part of it. So I would just be worried about getting too far ahead and then getting smacked by it. I think as it gets maybe towards this area, the warning, and then they should issue a new warning and trajectory, we could probably start going up, closing in on it.
going up to Coffeyville and then take Coffeyville to Joplin.
That's what I'm thinking. Maybe like stage in South Coffeyville. There's an area that the cops like to park over there. It would make a good parking spot. Or there are some areas you can park anywhere.
Here's the major potential severe weather situation over here.
I think Brian Hall will copyright us.
April 2nd around 7 p.m. Notice how that very quickly just completely goes away as these storms get closer to the Appalachian Mountains. But there is actually a re-sparking, rekindling of some of that energy. Once again, just in time as that warm air, moist air arrives here around 1 p.m. or so in Virginia and North Carolina especially. So this is something that we have to watch extremely closely as we go even into Wednesday. So
check that out, guys. That's a dry line going all the way south into Texas. Not one storm left until you get down into like Texas. This one to our west is literally the only one left along this. So this is they've kind of weeded themselves out. Now it's becoming more organized. If it can hold itself together here. Yeah, if that can hold itself together. God, I keep hitting the wrong button. Yeah, if that holds itself together in the current trajectory. You got, what is that, 160, I think, in southern Kansas. Then going up into Joplin. Now you got all of southwest Missouri. You got tornado watches. So being that this is the only cell left along this line, it's moving into more favorable territory. So I think we may end up just following this one all the way back into Joplin.
I'm headed up to Macon, Missouri right now. I'm on the northern fringe of that.
Oh, they're up by 70.
I went with my gut today. All models and stuff were pointing towards the south, towards like the I-44 corridor and down in Oklahoma. I went with my gut today, and I'm playing the warm front here. That storm west of Hale, that is the one that I'm going to right now. The AI program that I use that has had a good track record with me in the past is really honing in on that storm, and that appears to be right on the warm front. So it's still maturing right now, but that storm that's west of Hale has shown some signs of very, very weak rotation, but the atmosphere is relatively uncapped in this area, and it should be able to trail right on that warm front. And I'm seeing that the storm is continuously intensifying. So I'm probably the furthest north of anybody that is chasing today. Mm-hmm. But sometimes things just happen. We'll see.
All right, sounds good. Of course, we're following along, and we're waiting for you to call out. If you
so I'm guessing he's using Zello.
Everybody in the chat is wondering if you're going to be.
That's what it sounds like.
I think so. Yeah, I think that might be the case.
I hear the little.
Yeah, so right now, my plan, Bernard, that's another reason why I'm over here.
Yeah, but he's way north. He's chasing that tiny little hook it has. So he's just slightly north. See, once again, if we sat there and had not just more units, but if we were able to have like a setup in the car or something like that, you could then sit in the back seat, controlling it all, and have monitor on the screen showing the weather, you, the road, blah blah blah. It could all be legit.
I would love to have another person or two with us, like have a social media.
Look like a clown car.
Well, think about it. You could have like a social media person that's posting photos, putting out tweets, and then we can have a live going, and then we can have different controls. I know this software here, you can switch camera views. There's a way to do that where you could put like multiple cameras. But we did just get a severe thunderstorm warning now officially. Just to our north, just north of Nowata. So I'm going to see what this says. Severe thunderstorm warning. National Weather Service in Tulsa has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for northeastern Osage County in northeastern Oklahoma, northern Washington County in northeastern Oklahoma, northwestern Nowata County in northwestern Oklahoma until 5 p.m. At 4:14 p.m., the National Weather Service, they observed a severe thunderstorm Located 4 miles north of Big Heart, moving east northeast at 50 miles an hour. It now has golf ball size hail in it. Largest hail of the day. Golf ball size hail. It is right out that way. And 70 mile per hour wind gusts. Expect considerable tree damage. Wind damage is also likely to mobile homes, roofs, and outbuildings. Also expect hail damage. People outdoors will be injured. Not even a question. If you're outside with golf ball size hail, you're going to be injured. Like, no doubt.
Right.
That's for this storm right here. Right, there we go. Right there. And it's got a nice little tail on it. So, okay, so here's what I suggest. I suggest we go up just south of Copan and see if we can find a spot to stage, or right at Copan. That should put us right in that wall cloud area. We could observe the wall cloud. Not Copan. I'm sorry. I'm looking on 75 highway. I'm sorry.
Coffeeville?
Somewhere between like halfway to South Coffeeville.
Okay, there's a, you know what? I was going to say something, and I looked at the map and saw how bad of an idea that was. There was a school I was going to say we can stop and stage at, but I don't really want to go to a school and stop and stage at a school. But there is like a dirt road that we can stage at. I just don't know how easy it would be to turn around if we needed to. Actually, never mind. There's another dirt road next to a train track with literally a turnaround point, so we could kind of plan that. I just want to make sure that we have abilities to turn around. But remember, as when we were trucking, we would constantly lose service up and down this road.
It's the only bad thing. Yeah, we may lose service, guys. We're going to be going up towards South Coffeeville to intercept this storm as it crosses 169 here. So if we get cut off, we will be back once we have signal. But we're going to try to close in on this thing, get a visual on the wall cloud. This is now the strongest storm of the day. 70 mile an hour winds, golf ball size hail. And it's going to be heading towards South Coffeeville area. We're going to be northbound out of Nowata, Oklahoma on 169 north. Back on the chat here. Hello, Jerry. Hello, Jerry. Hello, Newman. Chris says, stay safe out there, Brittany. Thank you, Chris. Gracious Barber says, where are you? We're just north of Nowata, Oklahoma on 169 highway. We are heading northbound towards Coffeeville, Kansas. We're going to close in on this supercell thunderstorm. Golf ball size hail, 70 plus mile per hour winds, and a tornado watch is in effect. So this thing could become tornadic and drop a tornado at any time. So we're going to close in on it, and we'll be tracking this thing along southern Kansas as long as it holds together. We also have a new tornado watch out in the southwest Missouri corner. So if you're out that way as well, Joplin, Webb City, Neosho, keep an eye to the skies for sure. These storms are heading your way, and there is a lot of wind shear today. So it's a lot of turning in the atmosphere. All right, I'm going to go to the chat over on YouTube. If we get cut off, guys, I apologize. We're going to be in a spotty coverage area out here as we go north. But if we lose you, we'll pick you back up at some point here. Good evening from the UK. Hello, Lewis. Arkansas State Police fan. Let's see. Anthony says, hello, stay safe, thank you. What's the name of you guys' Zello channel? We actually give you the links to our radio channel, so you guys can listen to our scanner directly, hear our road techs communicate in real time. So it's pretty cool. So right now we're keeping an eye on the storm. You can kind of see a shelf cloud there and a lowering. And so what we're going to be keeping our eyes out for is a wall cloud as it moves closer. The storm here literally seems to be, honestly, I kind of thought we made him good with, so we have, you can listen in live to us, and it's 24/7. We have dispatchers that run all night. We have, we run all day, so it's 24/7. We also have, we're going to have different radio scanner channels as well. We have an Indiana dispatch now. We have a Kansas City regional, which covers Missouri, Kansas, and then we're going to have a U.S. Road Rescue, which is a national
to that dirt road.
Okay, I'm going to keep an eye on the radar here. Let's see. Yeah, I think we'll be fine here. Looks like the main rotation area is going to be farther north towards South Coffeyville, so we might even be able to go as far north as South Coffeyville.
Well, you just told me where I can and can't go.
Scary thing is the southern cell is still trying to split, and if it produces something, we're going to get caught in hail between the two. But it has less hail in it than this one does.
So there's a lot of things I'm looking at. Obviously, trying to drive focus, but we have dark over here with, you can clearly see layers. So you can see layers of the clouds there, and you can see the dynamic of the clouds. It's so hard to see, and I'm also trying not to focus to my far left. But if you can see, it definitely looks like the storm is really, really moving up over there. And so, but if we get too far ahead of it, then we'll be smack in the middle of it.
I think what we're looking at right there is the flanking line, which is just a line of clouds extending south. It's like the beginning towers feeding into the storm. I think the rotation area is going to be more up towards like that corner. It looks like the rotation's probably heading more towards Coffeyville itself. So I'm watching. Right now it's coming up on Caney, Kansas. Let's see if I've got any storm. We've got a storm chaser out by Caney right now. Let me see.
Out of Casey's.
Out of Casey's, yeah.
You gotta get some coffee, and that pizza is kind of fire.
I don't see much happening. It looks like his feeds just froze there at the Casey's.
With the internet connection.
I'm kind of surprised where he's at. He's on the north end of that storm, and that's typically where you're going to see the biggest hail and not be able to see the tornado. You always want to come in, if the storm's moving east or northeast, you want to come in from the south, and then, you know, observe it from this direction so you can get a visual on it without being in the direct storm track. Like, that's the ultimate goal.
So our little turn-off point where we can sit and stage is 7 miles. Do you think we need to go further?
I'll keep you posted, but I'm leaning towards South Coffeyville, finding a pull-off in South Coffeyville.
Okay.
I think we can get a lot closer to this without being in its track. And also, I do want to get us far enough north of this other cell to where if it does become tornadic just to our south, I don't want to get us caught in that hail shaft either of that one. So we do have pink now in this. I don't know if you guys can see it. We have some pink coloration in there. That's indicating very large hail. It is right now coming up on Caney, moving east-northeast at 50 miles an hour. It is flying. It's basically moving as fast as traffic. And it's set to come over here close to, looks like the rotation center is going to cross over Coffeyville, would be my guess. And then it's going to go along with 60. So we'll probably end up turning east and paralleling it on 60, depending on what it's doing. But we'll face that when it happens. So far, no tornado warning on that one. So what I'm doing right now is just trying to make sure and get us close without getting too close to where we're in danger. Now this is more like your shelf cloud right here. And leading into it, so the wall cloud's still going to be obscured past the trees. Caney is over that direction by about 15 miles. And then this storm's going to be tracking across in front of us. But there's definitely a lowering because you've got higher clouds up here and then it goes much lower. So I expect to see a wall cloud over to our left as this storm gets closer. Yeah, it now has very, very, very pronounced pink. It's got a prominent hook on it. It looks to me like definite rotation at this point. How many miles to your overlook? About 4?
Yeah, it's about 4 miles to that overlook. Do you still want to stop there, or do you want me to go to Southern Coffeyville?
The last loop showed it coming a little more south our direction, so I would stop at where you have it pinned to,
okay.
And then let's keep an eye on it. See if we can get a visual of the wall cloud, we can encroach on it, because then at least we know where the wall cloud's at that point.
Yeah.
Here, this is getting exciting. See the latest update on this storm. We've got a lot of hail in the storm right now. Okay, yep, it just got upgraded. It's still not a tornado or anything. It's severe thunderstorm, but we're up to tennis ball size hail. So if you guys can imagine the size of a tennis ball, that is now what it has in this storm. It has a hook to it. It's obviously got some rotation to it. This is now officially the biggest storm of the day, and we are coming right up on it. This one's going to be headed towards South Coffeyville, Kansas. Looks like that hail shaft's going to be just north of primarily just north of the Kansas border, from Caney, Kansas, all the way over to Coffeyville. It's trailing east-northeast is where it's tracking right now. We are officially in the severe storm area. 70-mile-an-hour winds, tennis ball size hail. That's enough to take out, completely take out a windshield. That would actually kill you if you were outside and got hit by that.
Oh, we got our first lightning strike.
We got lightning.
1.7 miles, starting to get a little darker. Clouds are starting to become more of a character.
Yeah, this thing's much stronger than the last one. The last one just turned into a little thin wispy thing and filtered out. And this one, solid pink. Our other storm chasers disappeared. I have a feeling they lost internet. That's probably what happened. If we lose you guys, we will be back. There's a lot of dead spots for internet out this direction. But we do have static cameras recording in this vehicle as well. We've got a GoPro. We have 6 dash cameras. Severe thunderstorm warning for Nowata. Here's the latest. Oh, that's for Nowata itself. Okay, so that's probably going to be on that other storm. Yeah, that hail isn't as strong on that one.
You're slowing down. No worries. You won't get kissed in the butt by a semi truck today.
Good.
I make sure to take.
Yeah, let's sit on the corner. Hope we don't get shot at.
We shouldn't.
We always worry about like private property out here. You never know who you're pulling up on. So the storm is right there past the trees. So right now we're watching to see. Yeah, I'm gonna step out and take a look too.
Not a problem.
So right now, guys, we're gonna head north to South Coffeyville area. We have a shelf cloud to our west here.
Sorry.
But in my opinion, I think we're too far south. I think the wall cloud's going to track to our north. And worst case scenario, it's been doing. I expected to go north of the 160. We'd be just south of that in South Coffeyville. So right now we're turning north. We're going to be turning left, which is north on 169 highway. We are just miles south of South Coffeyville right now. Shout out.
I want to make sure that was clearly stated.
Yeah, we appreciate that very much. Supports everything that we do. Trust me, there has been times where I have been pinching pennies for things, so. Yeah, so that's the flanking line. You can see it. Cloud. That's not a wall cloud. That's the higher cloud in the storm. What you got to watch for is where that lowers down into what they call a wall cloud, which rotates and produces tornadoes. So we're watching to get to the point where that upper cloud dives down very low, and we want to spot that wall cloud is what we're trying to do right now. And then tornado is going to be if it does produce one. Right now they're still calling it a severe thunderstorm. For every mile that it moves to the east, it is moving into a more favorable area for for tornadoes. So there's more rotation in the atmosphere as it continues to move east. Right now, I would honestly, it's actually trailing farther north even. That rotation now is right along 160.
Well, we're in southern Coffeyville, so
I would say on the north side of South Coffeyville, if we can find, look how low those clouds are.
oh yeah, that's low and dark.
Can you guys see that on the left or side of your screen there? It just drops to, you drop from that high cloud down to a low cloud, and that's what we're looking for. So we need to close in on that low cloud. I would be tempted to try to drive to a point because it's kind of going to trail north of that. So I think anywhere from here, even as far north as 60.
There's a southern road at the north end of Coffeyville.
You guys are going to see what we're talking about here. So we're now turning to the west. Yeah, you can see that upper cloud base, and it just lowers down. And there's a train. For a minute.
Yeah, I thought there was a road to the... Oh, it's past the train tracks, unfortunately.
Yeah, that wall cloud's going to be further north. So I would head for Coffeyville.
Head to Coffeyville?
I would. Yep.
Roger that.
Listen, in reality, you're not even at the wall cloud. It's much further tucked
National
into
Weather
that storm.
Service. Morning.
Furniture, household trash, things, electronics, and appliances.
Okay, pickup truck, you need to go. Then I can go. Good job.
Good job, Tonto. Oh, definitely got some lightning out there.
Also have a green hue over towards the left side, on the right end of the lowering.
Yeah, there's a kind of a green hue to the sky, severe thunderstorm warning. Destructive baseball side.
Okay, we're in Coffeyville. Where is the staging point? We got lightning up ahead.
Actually, yeah, so when we get up to 160 up here, we'll make a right in town. You won't miss it. It's at the stoplight. And we'll take 160 because it goes west of town and then it curves north and it opens up along the highway. There's an off-ramp. You can see like really good. There's parks out there. Let's head that way because worst case, we can drive east on 160 and let it go to just to our north because it's kind of tracking east-northeast.
Yeah, you're the captain of the ship. I'm just the driver.
05 to dispatch. Dispatch 05, go ahead. I am clear of the AAA call. But first, I forgot to put myself on site when I got here, and I had to wait for her to make it on site. And it shows that the call was late, but I was here on time.
Not a problem. Communicate
And for not a problem, I'll take care of that real quick. Thank you, sir.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get much better views up here.
So this is one lane traffic. So our idea, if we need to book south, is out of the question now.
I agree. We'll take another route south if we have to. But the nice thing is, if it chases us, it's moving east-northeast, so it's kind of going that direction. So if we just go east, we should be out of its line really easy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I will
We're gonna get some cool shots.
National Service thunderstorm warning in effect. Another one.
We have a hell of a hook on this storm as well. That is one hell of a hook, and the hook is right there.
We are getting trapped behind the train again. Wait.
Luckily, these trains usually go fairly quickly.
That was pretty lightning. I mean, at least we'll get a little show. I wonder if he knows if there's like a tunnel or something.
Yeah, you might want to stop here.
Yeah.
Hate to do that, but trains are notorious for
Dispatch
going
05,
down
that
this
late call's taken care of. Thank you.
Oh yeah, you can see some clouds developing here as well. But this should be part of the shelf cloud, and then, like I said, the wall cloud should be back behind like where those trains are. So we're gonna hop on 160. We're heading due north right now. 160 turns to the right, which is east. We're gonna go out of town, and it curves back to the north, where we're gonna have a really good view of that storm, and then we can continue getting out of the storm's path as an exit strategy if we need to run from it. Okay, you can see what these trains do here. It's kind of silly, but they have this loading procedure, so they'll pull forward, trigger the thing, and then they'll back up and let people through. So hopefully we'll get our shot here. Oh yeah, we got our shot. Let's roll.
More honks for pink. Gotta love it.
Oh yeah, we got some honks.
Sugar bombs.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Okay.
So we're gonna go up here to the stoplight, turn right. And then we're gonna kind of book it up to that north side of town before that drops anything.
Okay, do we have a better GPS other than there's an on-ramp or an off-ramp? I don't want to miss our opportunity to...
We have one hell of a hook on this thing. Holy shnikes. And that is gonna be your clouds just over there. We're right by, that's what I'm talking about, guys. You can see that lowering and those wispy clouds. So let me see on GPS if there's a good pull off or something up here that you can get to.
Okay. As it gets some rain.
So I found it. So there's right out of town, you're across the river, and the first exit is for a Walmart Supercenter. At the top of the ramp, there's a wide pull off on the ramp.
Okay.
And then you'll get a view to the west. And then if we need to escape, we can jet down 166 is what it's called. That's farther south. It'll take us out of the path of the storm.
Copy that.
So right now we're heading back to the east, and then we're going to curve back north where we're going to get a visual of this thing. Hopefully get a good view of this wall cloud and this rotation area. This is literally the strongest storm of the entire day. Out of all the chasers in the state, we are right up on the strongest storm. A wall of black out there. Oh yeah, we're gonna get a good visual here in a minute. So we'll go over a river, and then we're gonna take an exit. We should have a really, really good visual. If it drops a tornado, we will see it right out our window. And one thing you guys have been asking about storm chaser training and what training you need to do this. Things you got to think about too is like, exit strategy. You know, if this storm turns more towards the east, it's moving like that way, but if it turns more to the east and closes in on us, where are we gonna go? So that's why I've got this on-ramp, off-ramp up here in mind, where we can both visually see it, and then we can take off and get out of its path if need be.
Yeah, it's always best to find your exit plan. That's why I've been constantly asking, like, okay, and then if we do that, we can hurry up, turn around. It's not because we're scared or anything. It's shit happens, and you need to be prepared for it. You gotta be prepared to quickly think, because everything's gonna happen in an instant, and you just have to make sure that you can visualize what you're gonna do, see your opportunity, and make sure you can go.
Yeah, it's this exit here at the top of the ramp. Should be a wide pull off. Just pull onto the. So right now we're on the north side of Coffeyville, Kansas. We are back in Kansas. We're at this 160 junction, short of this like green sign up here on the shoulder, and then we can look back and see what we have here. We're pulling some Reed Timmer shit right here. Oh yeah, look at this, guys. You can see it better in here.
Oh yeah, 100%.
It seems to be right there's the main wall cloud. I think these are just scuds. Yeah, that's your wall cloud right there, guys. See how it lowers and it's like a cake-like cloud? That's the wall cloud. If a tornado drops, it will likely drop right there. Right into that wall cloud. Oh, you can see it.
Oh, do you see that drop?
Oh, wow. Okay, we want to avoid this green hued area here in the hail.
Well, what about this right over here? You see how it's lower than the rest of it?
Yeah. So what do you think? Should we go down 160 just covers the state line? Should we go maybe down 160 and then we can always turn back north if we want? That way we stay out of like its path, but we can still see it because we want to parallel that wall cloud. If we go north, I'm afraid we'll be right under it.
Yeah, emergency service.
You can see the cops there. We've got emergency vehicles coming up. We have the rain shaft behind us and hail coming in quick, so. All right, let's get out of here. Let's hit 160. We're about to get closed in by this hail behind us. I'll lose a visual on that cloud as much as possible. You guys can see how low this cloud is right now. You've got emergency vehicles racing around town, trying to get everybody warned. Right now, the storm is just to our left, which is north.
There's a car right in front of the cop car up here that's a storm chaser. They even have storm chaser on the back of their car.
Nice.
So that should help your confidence that we're at least in the right area.
Yeah, it looks like to me we can hut.
Oh, do you see that?
Oh, wow. Yeah, see what I mean, guys? We've got a good visual. It's going to parallel us as we drive through here, and we can always turn and close in on it. But we always want to get a visual of that wall cloud and keep it in our sights. That is the trick. And then we slowly just keep encroaching on it until it's too close. So we are now 160 eastbound. Got a visual on the wall cloud on a supercell thunderstorm. Tennis ball size hail, 70 mile an hour winds. We have an active tornado watch. So far we have not gotten any tornado warnings on this storm, but as you can see here, it has a very see where we're at. Very pronounced hook on this thing. So, and we have a lot of rain back to our south that we were about to get hit by back that direction. So we went ahead and boogied out of there. Is keep a visual on the wall cloud. That's a way to
If you no longer see it and you didn't want to delay, every one of these guys in this road has speed.
Okay.
Side, so I was just trying to double check everything. My service isn't the greatest where I'm at.